Who is Joruss C'Baoth? Huh. That's a big Star Wars deep cut, and we're doing a very special ChatGPT action-oriented story today with that character. So join us here on Two Geeks and a Microphone. Let's do this.
Hello there. So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Two Geeks and a Microphone show. I am your host, Mr. Stephen Buster, along with my illustrious co-host, the one, the only Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land.
Well, I am pretty excited today because we are doing a big Star Wars deep cut ChatGPT story today. We are continuing, everybody, our What If series and introducing different characters. What if different characters in the Star Wars Legends era kind of thing, the Legends series, what's the best way to say that? And put them into current canon. What could that look like?
Legends is unfortunately the correct term. I hate that term. In fact, anytime I buy a quote unquote Legends book, I try to find a used copy without the stupid Legends banner on it. I try to.
Right.
Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. You know, I do unfortunately have some of those with the Legends in it. But truth be told, I am still a huge fan of the Heir to the Empire series. Yeah. So C'Baoth is kind of my guilty fantasy of bringing him into the new Star Wars. So this is kind of my idea.
Excellent. Yeah. So everybody, in a little bit, we're going to talk about who that character is, and then we're going to talk, here live online and create a story, putting him into Star Wars canon, what that may or may not look like using ChatGPT. And so this will be a little different. The last 2 weeks, we did kind of like a hero's journey with let's see, we did Mara Jade, and then we did Star Killer, but this is a little different.
Mara Jade and Star Killer are slightly easier to put in because they actually plug right into that Inquisitor spot really well.
They do.
Now, C'Baoth is slightly different because he is a clone of a Master Jedi, okay? But he's an evil clone of a Master Jedi, so that makes him kind of a clone dark Jedi.
Right. So we're going to have a little bit of fun today and see how that goes and create a story together. So we've had a lot of fun, a lot of interaction with folks who have said, oh, try this or do this. And so we're hoping we'll have a good time with that today. So, all right. Well, with that, everybody knows we got our couple little spots. We talk about what's in the news in Geekdar. So let's, what's our geeky news?
All right. So moving into the geeky news, I really only got one thing this week. I was hoping to have a string of things. So we'll call this our James Gunn bitch session.
Because we need to have a different opener now for the James Gunn gripe session.
just two old men. Anyway, we could have Grandpa Simpson shaking his fist at the cloud,
right? Or we could have the two Muppets in the balcony.
That's what I was thinking.
Waldorf,
and
Statler. Yeah,
Waldorf and Statler.
I love those two. They're awesome. So
yes.
I take that as a compliment.
Who's who? Who's who in this?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I was hoping to have a string of things to say because James Gunn said, I'm going to have my announcement of my 10-year plan at the end of this month. Well, you're running out of time, James. Are you going to wait till like 10 seconds before midnight on January 31st to do this? I mean,
No, he's going to wait 90 seconds because that's what's left on the doomsday clock or something.
Oh, okay.
That happened this week.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, they moved up the doomsday clock.
Bring it on. Anyway. speaking of Doomsday, nice segue. Actually, this is more Doom Patrol than Doomsday.
Okay.
So it was just announced, and to my chagrin, that both the Titans and Doom Patrol, which are on HBO Max, are officially canceled.
So this is the last season.
This is the last season. Season 4 for both Titans and season 4, both Titans and Doom Patrol will be the last season for those two. Unfortunately, they have met the mighty axe. The what did we deem that earlier? We had a name for that now, and I forgot what it was. Oh, dang it! I should have wrote that down. But unfortunately, they have met the axe of James Gunn. He has canceled both of them. Actually, I don't know if he's the official one to cancel them or what's
It's
going
under
on.
his purview, so why not?
And to me, that's unfortunate. Both of them are good series. I like the Titans better, but Doom Patrol was fun. There was a lot of cool stuff in Doom Patrol. Titans, I thought they did a great job. The costumes were really starting to look more like they do in the comic books. I loved who they picked for Nightwing. I think he did a fabulous job.
Did a really good job.
Oh my gosh. My only complaint was I didn't understand why Cyborg was over on Doom Patrol when he should have been in the Titans. I never quite got that. It didn't make any sense because he's never been a part of the Doom Patrol in the comic books. Yeah. So I was a little confused by that. And he was a fantastic Cyborg too. I mean, he looked like the original comic book Cyborg, and I love that. I love the look of him. So, yeah, unfortunately, they've been axed by DC, and this will be the final season, to my chagrin. So, yeah.
I did hear that part 2 of season 4 comes out in a month.
Yes, I still got to watch the last episode of part 1. I haven't watched it yet. But I thought it's been a good season so far. They're doing the Brother Blood storyline.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple things I'm like, it's a little out of the comic book realm. I mean, they did this. All right, spoiler alert. I mean, they're canceling it anyway. But they did this weird thing where they actually made Raven and Brother Blood related, like their brother and sister. And I was weird. Like, it's not in the comic book. I don't quite get that, but that's the only thing that I really disliked about this storyline so far. Everything else has been really good about it. I thought they'd done a good job. So it is what it is, I guess. Right. Hopefully we get something new and cool coming up. So
hope so.
If James Gunn ever decides to get off his butt and announce things.
Right. We shall see.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's time for Geekdar.
Well, you don't need that, Private. We're right here. Now, what is it? Now, what is it?
I'm having trouble with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what?
The what?
And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
That makes me laugh every time. Okay. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah. So everybody, I have a confession to make.
Confession time.
Dun dun dun. So my brother is in town, and he mentioned a movie, and my wife had mentioned the movie last week, and they were laughing about and surprised that I had never seen it. So that's my confession. I had never seen this movie, and I watched it last night. It was Talladega Nights.
Well, I've never watched it either, so
yeah, let me tell you, it is really funny. So parts of it are a little, I don't know if I can go that far, but that's the nature of those movies and stuff. But he's this race car driver, and there's some great phrases and stuff in that. I don't know if anybody else has seen it or not, but
Isn't that where he says something about, please, baby Jesus, let me win the race? Or
Yeah, yeah, that scene. I was like, that pushed the envelope a little bit. But then they start arguing that Jesus had a beard, and they were saying, it is like, you can pray to teenage Jesus or bearded Jesus. I choose baby Jesus or something like that. So, but there's other great parts. Shake and bake, right, Angie? Thank you. Shake and bake's a crazy phrase they say all the time in it. It just doesn't make sense at some points and stuff. But there's all kinds of phrases. Yeah, Angie's got them rolling out. If you're not first, you're last, kind of a thing. And so it's good. It's a fun. It is a fun movie with just goofiness. Michael Clark Duncan is in it. He's one of my favorite actors. Obviously he's passed away now, but he was absolutely great on it and great phrases and stuff. So it was good. It was fun to watch and stuff. So those of you who have already seen it, yes, I'm behind because it came out in 2006.
Well, my geekdar is older than that.
Oh, okay, go for it.
So growing up, there was a TV show that I absolutely loved. And apparently they've started a sequel TV series of it, and that would be Night Court. So they've brought in Melissa. I never know how to say her last name. Is it Rouch or Roach? I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was of Big Bang Theory. She was Bernadette on Big Bang Theory, and I loved her on Big Bang Theory.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And she doesn't quite have the high squeaky voice that she has. She doesn't have that voice in Night Court. She's playing Judge Harry Stone's daughter in the new Night Court series. So she takes over as the judge of Night Court. John Larroquette is the only surviving cast member to return. There's very few that are left alive, actually. Bull's still alive. Richard Mole is still alive, who played Bull.
Yeah.
But most of them have passed away, unfortunately. So they're very limited who they could come back. Mm-hmm. Anyway, my wife was like, "Oh, we should watch the new Night Court," and I was like, "I don't know if I want to watch this."
Because how was it?
It's not bad. It's not bad, and I'm
wondered.
Slowly warming up to it, but I was like, I really want to watch the original series, so I went and searched for it, and it's on Amazon Prime. Although it's weird because Amazon Prime takes you to something called Freeverse. That's it. It takes you to that, and they have all 9 seasons of the original Night Court. So I've been watching like 2 or 3 episodes a night for the last 2 or 3 nights.
Right.
And I'm loving it. I'm like, oh my gosh, how funny this show was. And it's so good. And Harry Anderson, I love him. He passed away in 2018, unfortunately. And I forgot how good he was in this show. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so good. It is so funny. And Bull is so funny. And since I'm in season 1, it's Selma. She's the other bailiff in it. She's the old lady. And I love her when she puts Bull in her place, because this is a little tiny old lady and Bull's huge, he's gigantic, he's like a giant. And she just puts him in his place all the time, and it's just hilarious.
That's awesome.
So that's my geekdar.
I'm glad. I was curious about the show because I saw it and I remember just loving Night Court.
Yeah, it's not bad. John Larroquette's kind of he's slowly getting back into his role a little bit. He starts off as depressed, and she's begging him to come back because she needs help and all this stuff. And he actually comes back as the defendant lawyer. He's because in the original series he was the assistant DA. So so it's slightly different. It is kind of funny because he's at this point where he's got to defend these guys, and he still thinks they're scumbags, and he's like, and he doesn't want to do it all together.
Right.
It's pretty good. It's kind of like she's the daughter of old friend. I guess I gotta do this,
right?
Kind of thing. So it's not bad. I say give it a chance.
Yeah.
So that's my geekdar.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. All right. Awesome. All right. Well, are we ready to move on to the main event? Here we go, everybody. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ding, ding. It's time for the main event. All right. Here we go, everybody. We are here to talk about Joruss C'Baoth. C'Baoth. I'm practicing, everybody. I'm actually even looking at how to pronounce it on starwars.fandom.com.
That's funny. I'm looking at Wikipedia, and the way they got it pronounced here, you couldn't even. It's not even words. I don't.
Joruss.
It's even worse than what Timothy Zahn does, because I swear Timothy Zahn takes letter dice and he rolls them and he goes, "Oh, that looks like a good name here, but throw in an apostrophe
Right.
here."
Yeah. Right.
Here, let me read something real quick. First, I'm going to start with a quote from Luke Skywalker from Heir to the Empire.
Okay, cool.
It says, "But I really don't think he's a dark Jedi. He's erratic and moody, but he doesn't have the sort of evil aurora about him that I could sense in Darth Vader and the Emperor. I think it's more likely that Master C'Baoth is insane." And then just a slight little, it has, a little breakdown of C'Baoth, Joruss C'Baoth. Joruss C'Baoth was an insane dark Jedi who played an important role in the Thrawn campaign, a clone of the Jedi Master Joruss C'Baoth, who led Outbound Flight, which is a 2-part book series from Timothy Zahn. He was created by Palpatine. That's important. And he became the guardian of the Imperial storehouse at Mount Tantus on Wayland. Now, Mount Tantus was introduced in at the end of Bad Batch last season.
That's right.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
So there is a possibility that they could introduce Joruss C'Baoth in season 2. I mean, I don't know that it's going to happen, but you got it. You have a step. You've got a doorway to go through that you can put him in. So that's my thinking. That is my thinking. Since you put Mount Tantus, since you made that current canon, you could still have Joruss C'Baoth. I mean, and we all know that the Emperor he's still doing these clone campaigns and stuff. We've seen it in The Mandalorian.
We saw it in Bad Batch, the end of Bad Batch.
Yep, we saw it in Bad Batch. We've seen it in the sequel trilogy. So it's been all through New Star Wars that he's doing this clone campaign, his secret clone campaign. So it is not out of the realm of possibility that Joruss C'Baoth could be introduced. Now, I really like the character. I thought he was a great character in the Heir to the Empire trilogy. So I would absolutely be floored if Filoni and Favreau said, "Yeah, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in." So
yeah. Well, that's what today's all about, everybody, is creating a story using ChatGPT. And I think this will be interesting. So let me go ahead and get the shared screen on so we can have fun with this, everybody. So we're looking at, here's ChatGPT. I'm going to hide that. Let's see. Is that big enough where you guys can see that, or do I need to up that a little bit more?
I can see it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So I'm going to ask, first of all, who is Joruss
C'Baoth? Yeah, that'll be interesting to see if ChatGPT
in
so
Star Wars
the information in ChatGPT is best up to what year? 2021. 21. Oh, okay. So yeah, it should have some good information on Joruss C'Baoth. And we are waiting.
I didn't get the warning saying that they were behind, so I guess it's doing its searching and stuff.
Well, I was just for anyone listening, I was just saying we're waiting. I don't want there to be
good call, everybody. Yeah, so we're gonna have to fill in some of these gaps.
right. I don't want there to be dead air.
Right, that is so true, everybody. So,
Or as Les Nessman would say, dead hair.
Dead hair? What?
If you didn't know, I'm a WKRP fan too.
Right. So let me ask you this: what kind of story are we wanting to tell? Obviously, we weren't to introduce him, but we're wanting him on the evil side as a villain.
Well, of course. I think we remain with the idea that the Emperor has created him as a clone.
Okay.
And we can even remain with the idea that he was cloned off of Jedi Master Joruss C'Baoth. Because, that's not somebody that was introduced in the new canon yet. And it's not out of realm of possibility that he existed. So, so I say we stick with that, and we definitely kick off with Mount Tantus at the end of Bad Batch season.
That's where you want to kick off the story.
Yeah, that's where I think, because I think we should remain with the idea that he is still the I guess guardian of that storehouse at Mount Tantus.
Okay,
I think that makes sense.
So here's what ChatGPT said. Joruss C'Baoth is a character from the Star Wars Expanded Universe. He is a clone of the Jedi Master Joruss C'Baoth. So there's Joruss with 2 U's. Oh,
that's right.
Luke and Luke.
You're right.
Makes sense now. That's
that was my only complaint about Timothy Zahn. Yeah, the clone of Luke was Luke.
Yeah, Luke. So Joruss C'Baoth. So Jedi Master Joruss C'Baoth, created by Emperor Palpatine and Dark Jedi Lomi Plo, as part of a plot to destroy Luke Skywalker and the New Jedi Order. He appeared in the Thrawn trilogy of novels by Timothy Zahn. That's pretty good.
Excellent.
That's a nice little breakdown.
So we want to do kind of what if Disney brought Joruss C'Baoth into the current Star Wars canon, starting with the introduction of Mount Tantus at the end of Bad Batch season 1. How does that sound?
Okay, I'm gonna we like to create a story with Joruss. I better get that extra U in there, right?
Joruss
C'Baoth. Starting with the Bad Batch, meeting him at Mount. How do we say Mount Tantus?
It's TANTISS.
TANTISS.
Correct.
And you help with that story. He goes, sure.
Oh yeah, it's spitting that out quick.
Oh my goodness, it's already starting to write the story.
Nice.
So everybody, so it's really running through. So we made that, we learned that we have to kind of talk while it kind of generates, because if I try to start reading it, the screen will go further and I'll interrupt, or I won't be able to finish it. So
yeah, I know Joruss is quite a deep cut for Star Wars fans, and unless you are like a hardcore Star Wars fan and Timothy Zahn fan, you probably don't know who he is. But if you are a fan of Dark Jedis and the idea of the whole clone thing, I think you really would get into this character. He's a great character, and I think he'd make a great addition to the newer Star Wars stuff.
This thing's going crazy.
Oh
it's giving us.
I think we just made it write an entire book. Wow! Holy moly!
Oh my goodness, this is funny. I just thought, oh yeah, I'll help you, and so that's why I was asking. Okay, how do we want to start off this story and stuff? Okay, here it is.
All right.
Oh man, it's giving us a whole story. Whoa.
Nice.
Okay. It says, sure, I can help you create a story with Joruss C'Baoth, starting with the Bad Batch meeting him at Mount Tantus. Here we go. I'll get my voice. You guys want me to do my voice again? Here we go.
Of course. You got to do the voice.
All right. The story begins with the Bad Batch, a group of elite clone troopers with unique genetic mutations, receiving a mission to infiltrate the Imperial stronghold of Mount Tantus. They are to gather intelligence on the Emperor's latest weapon, a mysterious figure known as Joruss C'Baoth. As they make their way through the mountain, they encounter a number of Imperial troopers, but the Bad Batch's enhanced abilities allow them to overcome them with relative ease. Finally, they reach the innermost chamber of the mountain, where they find Joruss C'Baoth, a powerful Jedi clone, meditating in a stasis chamber.
Nice.
At first, Joruss C'Baoth seems to be just another weapon created by the Emperor, but as the Bad Batch approaches him, they can feel a powerful energy emanating from him. He suddenly wakes up, and with a wave of his hand, he sends the Bad Batch flying back.
Nice.
The Bad Batch quickly recovers and engages Joruss C'Baoth in a fierce battle, but despite their enhanced abilities, they are no match for Joruss C'Baoth's powerful Jedi abilities. He's able to easily deflect their blaster fire and knock them off their feet with the Force. As the battle rages on, Joruss C'Baoth reveals that he was not created by the Emperor, but rather by the Jedi Master Joruss C'Baoth himself, using the Force to create a perfect duplicate of himself.
Oh, wow. They gave it its own twist.
Yeah, right. He had been trapped in the stasis chamber by the Emperor, who wanted to use his powers for his own purposes. The Bad Batch, realizing they have no chance of winning this battle, decides to retreat and report back to the Republic what they had found. Joruss C'Baoth tells them he would join the Republic if they could free him from the Emperor's control. The Bad Batch, with the help of the Republic, launch a daring attack on Mount Tantus, freeing Joruss C'Baoth from the Emperor's control. With his powers free, Joruss C'Baoth joins the Republic and becomes a powerful ally in the fight against the Empire. However, the Emperor sends his most elite troops to hunt down Joruss C'Baoth and the Bad Batch, leading to an epic final battle between the Republic and the Empire, with Joruss C'Baoth's powers playing a crucial role in the outcome. In the end, Joruss C'Baoth's unique abilities and powerful connection to the Force helped the Republic secure a crucial victory and pave the way for the eventual defeat of the Empire.
Okay, now I didn't expect that.
Right?
Actually, that's not the way I was wanting. This isn't going to go how you think.
Right.
That's a perfect line for this, because that's not what I wanted Joruss to continue with the Empire, not join the Bad Batch. I mean, that's a neat twist, though.
Let me. We can tell it. Please restate that wonderful synopsis.
Yeah, it was really good, and I loved how it gives it the twist that the Emperor actually did not create him, but he was created by the original Joruss C'Baoth. That was an interesting little twist, and it does separate it from Timothy Zahn's original ideas.
Mm-hmm. So I said, please restate that wonderful synopsis, but keep Joruss C'Baoth as a villain.
Okay, and here's a twist.
Okay,
so with Joruss's battle with the Bad Batch, we could say that it gets the attention of Grand Admiral Thrawn, and we can bring Grand Admiral Thrawn and C'Baoth together then.
Okay, so also add that. Say that again. So
with his battle with the Bad Batch, it gets the attention of Grand Admiral Thrawn, because Grand Admiral Thrawn has already been introduced. So, and he uses C'Baoth through the Thrawn trilogy.
Okay,
the Heir to the Empire trilogy, I should say. I should clarify that, because there's a new Thrawn trilogy now. So
true. Yeah.
Heck, there's 2 new Thrawn trilogies.
Yeah. So Thrawn uses
C'Baoth.
C'Baoth for multiple. How do we want to say that? Uses for his incredible mastermind plans.
There we go.
See what
I like
happens, everybody.
Yeah, I
Anything
like
else we want to add? See what it does.
That's all I got. If somebody in the chat has something, we could add it.
Yeah. Sure, I can create a new story where Joruus is portrayed as a villain in his battle with the Bad Batch catches the attention of Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I like how it just repeats what you say.
Right? I like that.
It's like a parrot, man.
Yeah, it's pretty smart though, because it only picked out the information that it needed to give a say in. You know, we didn't go through some of the other details and stuff.
No, it's pretty neat the way this works.
It's fun. It is fun. You can get soaked up into just having fun with it, and that's okay. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Sure.
You know, creating different stories, or it can do. Some people have said ChatGPT can fix Excel spreadsheets. It can do that kind of stuff. It can do coding as well and stuff. Yeah, but I love the whole storytelling stuff. This is great and all.
Yeah, this is really cool, and man, I really hope Favreau and Filoni think of some of this.
Right, I'm sure they have. I'm sure they've got all kinds of fun things they do. Okay, here we go. All right, everybody. So some of this I'm sure will be the same, but let's go. The story begins with the Bad Batch, a group of elite clone troopers with unique genetic mutations, receiving a mission to infiltrate the Imperial stronghold of Mount Tantus. They are to gather intelligence on the Emperor's latest weapon, a mysterious figure known as Joruss C'Baoth. As they make their way through the mountain, they encounter a number of Imperial troops, but the Bad Batch's enhanced abilities allow them to overcome them with relative ease. Finally, they reach the innermost chamber of the mountain, where they find Joruss C'Baoth, a powerful Jedi clone, meditating in a stasis chamber. Joruss C'Baoth wakes up, and with a wave of his hand, he sends the Bad Batch flying back. The Bad Batch quickly recovers and engages Joruss C'Baoth in a fierce battle, but despite their enhanced abilities, they are no match for Joruss C'Baoth's powerful Jedi abilities. He is able to easily deflect their blaster fire and knock them off their feet with the Force. As the battle rages on, Joruss C'Baoth reveals himself to be a loyal servant of the Emperor, and he was created by the Emperor himself with the goal of crushing. Yeah, it did. Yep. The goal of crushing the rebellion. He had been trapped in the stasis chamber by the Emperor, who wanted to use his powers for his own purposes. The Bad Batch, realizing they have no chance of winning this battle, decides to retreat and report back to the Republic what they had found. Their fight against Joruss C'Baoth catches the attention of Grand Admiral Thrawn, who sees the potential of the powerful Jedi clone and decides to use him as a weapon in his master plans against the rebellion. Joruss C'Baoth, with his powerful abilities and connection to the Force, becomes a valuable asset to Thrawn and is used to carry out a series of devastating attacks on the rebel forces. The Bad Batch, with the help of the Republic, launch a series of daring counterattacks in order to stop Joruss C'Baoth and Thrawn, leading to an epic series of battles between the Republic and the Empire, with Joruss C'Baoth's powers playing a crucial role in the outcome. In the end, Joruss C'Baoth's unique abilities and powerful connection to the Force prove to be a formidable threat to the Republic, but with the help of the Bad Batch, they are able to defeat Joruss C'Baoth and Thrawn and secure a crucial victory in the fight against the Empire.
Oh, that sounds good. I want to watch that. Dang, when's that episode come out?
Right?
Oh, that sounds great. See, I think he could work perfectly in the new canon. And at some point, I would like him to somehow come cross path with Luke Skywalker again too. That would be interesting if we could figure that out too.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, what would it be like if Joruss comes across Luke and Ahsoka both? Oh, that would be interesting. That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
And I like this idea here of because it's kind of building this whole adventures with Joruss and C'Baoth and Thrawn,
Yeah.
So you could almost create a whole nother show out of this.
Right.
You could flip it to the Empire side and do adventures with them also, and just have, I don't know if they would do that because you don't normally do that with the Empire and have them the main focus of the show, but
right,
it'd be really interesting. I'd like it. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Of course, we're talking Thrawn here, and he is one of my favorite characters. So
Oh, he's fabulous. Yeah.
I'm a little biased in that that aspect. Of course, I'm biased throughout this whole episode. So
Yeah.
oh man.
All right. So okay, what's next, everybody? Let's say great synopsis. Restate. No. Let's see. I want to put it into. Sorry for the dead air. I was thinking. One of the things I'm thinking about is how can I tell it to go ahead and make this a 3-episode series? Like make this
good idea.
3-episode
Arc.
3-episode arc. Bad Batch series.
Nice.
Bad Batch animated series. Excuse me. Animated series. Please make this blah 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 blah. Please provide titles and synopsis for each episode. Okay.
Nice.
I'm going something here because next, after it does that, I'm going to then fill in the gaps for each episode with dialogue.
Okay.
And see if it'll do that.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Oh,
I like what they're doing with the titles and stuff. We'll get to it, everybody. Sorry.
it's pretty cool. Wow.
Yeah. This is fun, just creating stories. So we can create our own, our own fun stories.
Yeah, if we got enough time, I got an idea for an alternate version of this too.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's see if we got enough time after it finishes these.
Well, yeah, we'll do this, and then we've got time. Please keep in mind this is a fictional story, not official part of Star Wars canon.
Nice to add that.
All right, so here's the episode. Episode 1, The Mission to Mount Tantus. In this episode, the Bad Batch is given a mission to infiltrate the Imperial stronghold of Mount Tantus and gather intelligence on Joruss C'Baoth, the Emperor's latest weapon. They encounter a number of Imperial troops on their way to the innermost chamber of the mountain, where they find Joruss C'Baoth in a stasis chamber. The episode ends with the Bad Batch engaging Joruss C'Baoth in a fierce battle.
Ooh,
I like that.
Good. That's good.
Episode 2, The Rise of Joruss C'Baoth. In this episode, Joruss C'Baoth reveals himself to be a loyal servant of the Emperor and explains that he was created with the goal of crushing the rebellion. He had been trapped in the stasis chamber by the Emperor, who wanted to use his powers for his own purposes. The episode also introduces Grand Admiral Thrawn, who sees the powerful potential of the powerful Jedi clone and decides to use him as a weapon in his master plans against the rebellion. Episode 3, The Battle for the Future. In this episode, the Bad Batch, with the help of the Republic, launch a series of daring counterattacks in order to stop Joruss C'Baoth and Thrawn. The episode features a series of epic battles between the Republic and the Empire, with Joruss C'Baoth's powers playing a crucial role in the outcome. In the end, Joruss C'Baoth's unique abilities and powerful connection to the Force prove to be a formidable threat to the Republic. But with the help of the Bad Batch, they are able to defeat Joruss C'Baoth and Thrawn and secure a crucial victory in the fight against the Empire.
Nice.
Then tagline. Please keep in mind that this is a fictional story and not officially a part of the Star Wars canon.
All characters are fictional. any relation to characters, it was total. Anyway.
Right.
Wow, that's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, cool. So you said you're gonna do it with dialogue too?
I can.
Let's try it. Let's see what it does.
Okay. Expand the story in episode 1 for episode 1 with characters and dialogue.
Nice.
Dialogue.
Now this will be interesting because we'll see if it knows the characters of the Bad Batch. All right, it's writing it out.
The episode opens with a shot of the Bad Batch, a group of elite clone troopers who possess unique abilities as they prepare for their mission to infiltrate Mount Tantus. The squad, consisting of Hunter, Wrecker, Crosshair, Tech, and Echo, are briefed by their leader, General Skywalker, on the importance of their mission. They are to gather information on Joruss C'Baoth, a powerful Jedi clone that the Emperor has created as his latest weapon against the rebellion. As the Bad Batch makes their way to Mount Tantus, I couldn't keep up.
That's interesting. It put Luke Skywalker in it.
It sure did.
Wow. Although I personally would have Luke going after Joruss myself, but himself,
Right.
But no, that's pretty cool. And it made him General Skywalker too.
Yeah. Okay. As the Bad Batch makes their way to Mount Tantus, they encounter a number of Imperial troops. They are able to use their unique abilities to take them out, but not without sustaining casualties. They eventually reach the innermost chamber of the mountain, where they find Joruss C'Baoth in status chamber. Hunter, this is it, the innermost chamber. Crosshair, I see him. Joruss C'Baoth, the Emperor's weapon. Tech, we have to destroy him before he can be activated. Wrecker, I'm ready to wreck some Imperials.
Nice.
Echo, wait, something's not right. I sense a powerful connection to the Force. Why would Echo say that?
I have no idea. Is Echo Force sensitive?
Maybe. As they approach the stasis chamber, Joruss C'Baoth wakes up and begins to attack the Bad Batch. The episode ends with the Bad Batch engaging Joruss C'Baoth in a fierce battle. Joruss C'Baoth, you will not stop me. I am the Emperor's weapon. Hunter, we'll see about that. The episode ends with the Bad Batch fighting Joruss C'Baoth with the outcome of the battle left uncertain until the next episode.
Wow.
Please keep in mind that this is a fictional story and not officially part of the Star Wars canon.
Nice.
All right, so let me do this real quick. I'm going to have it do these other two, so that way we've got it, and then we'll create a new chat to do the one that you're wanting to do. Control C. Control E. So 2. There we go. Boop. So I'll let it do that. So I can, what's nice about this is you can create then a new chat.
Okay.
And so, but if you look on the left-hand side, you'll see, like last week where we did the Secret Inquisitor's Hero's Journey, and then the other chats we did before.
Yes.
ChatGPT now keeps those. So you can go back to them and add to them, expand them, and that kind of a thing.
Nice.
So we'll create a new chat with your alternate.
Okay.
Kind of a thing.
And then when we're done with this episode, you'll post these on.
Yes. I didn't get a chance this last week to get the other one done, the one from last week done, but I did get all 7 chapters created and stuff like that. So, so I just need to get those into an ebook format.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's go. And then let's do chapter 3.
And make sure to include that these are not officially part of the Star Wars.
Yes, please keep in mind this is a fictional story and not officially part of the Star Wars canon.
That's hilarious. Like
Yeah.
we don't know that.
Right.
Well, I guess that way you can't try and sell it or something like that, which
Right.
we're that's not our intent. So,
Right.
our intent is to give ideas of things that they could do.
Oh, we're just creating our own fan fiction.
Right.
That's all.
Oh yeah, this is totally my fantasy that Joruss C'Baoth, just like it was my fantasy that Starkiller and Mara Jade joined the new Star Wars canon.
Right.
All right, so this is episode 2 that it's right now?
Nope, I just did 3. I had to
Oh,
do
okay.
3. So we've got
Okay.
episode 2 and 3 in place. So,
All right, nice.
all right. So those are done. So, all right, we
Great.
want to do a new chat.
All right. Sure.
All right, new chat. So here it is. So see, it's kept Joruss C'Baoth Star Wars. So what is your idea?
So I kind of want to do the same thing, but instead of the Bad Batch being who confronts him, I want it to be Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker. So I'm just curious of what it would do with that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Then we have
So-
Jedis versus Jedi, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean the power structure is kind of more similar, you know.
Yes.
Because I would think Joruss C'Baoth would have no problems defeating the Bad Batch. I mean, the Bad Batch are great and all, don't get me wrong, but against a cloned Dark Jedi Master, I'm not sure they could actually pull that off. But okay,
Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano. Can you please help me with a story
and still use Mount Tantus.
where they discover Joruss at Mount Tantus, where Luke, where excuse me,
Where
Luke and Ahsoka discover Joruss at Mount Tantus.
So yeah, you're just trying to give it as
And-
much detail as possible.
And adventure ensues.
Okay.
Right.
Now I do love the idea of the Bad Batch and everything, because that just rolls right off of season 1 of the Bad Batch, and that looks like it would be really good story and would work very well. But I do have this fantasy of Luke and Ahsoka meeting C'Baoth, so I think that would be cool to see what alternative we could get out of this.
Right. Oh, and it's going to town.
It sure is. It sure is. It's having fun with this one.
Right.
Listening.
Shut up, Siri.
Oh, I didn't know what that was at first. So like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Something activated my Siri.
Okay. All right. Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano were on a mission to discover the secrets of Mount Tantus, a mysterious location that was said to hold ancient knowledge. As they journeyed through the mountains, they came across Joruss C'Baoth, a powerful Sith Lord who had been thought to be long dead. Joruss C'Baoth revealed to them that he had been hiding at Mount Tantus for many years, studying the ancient knowledge and growing stronger in the dark side of the Force. He offered to teach Luke and Ahsoka the ways of the Sith, promising to make them powerful beyond their wildest dreams. Luke and Ahsoka were tempted by the offer, but ultimately decided to stand against Joruss C'Baoth and his evil ways. A fierce battle ensued, with Joruss using all of his dark powers to try and defeat the Jedi. But Luke and Ahsoka were strong in the Force, and with their combined skills and powers, they were able to defeat Joruss C'Baoth and restore peace to the galaxy. As they left Mount Tantus, Luke and Ahsoka knew that they had faced their greatest challenge yet and emerged victorious. They had proven that the power of good will always prevail over the power of the forces of darkness. The adventure of Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano with Joruss C'Baoth was a pivotal moment in the history of the galaxy, one that would be remembered for generations to come.
You know, it wasn't quite as exciting as the Bad Batch one. Huh. I really expected with Luke and Ahsoka's powers that it would be a little more
all right. So
there'd be a little more oomph to it, you know what I mean?
Please add some plot twists and more oomph.
And let's not make it to where they actually defeat Joruss in the end. So that way
battles where they don't
How about with the cliffhanger?
Well, let's see. Please leave it. Please finish the story with a cliffhanger
There we go.
that's a cliffhanger
That we
what-
don't know Joruss C'Baoth's.
Go ahead.
That we do not know Joruss C'Baoth's. What's the word I'm looking for? Fate. Fate.
Okay.
I think that would be interesting. There we go. Okay.
And some action dialogue.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, right. So I said, please add some plot twists and more oomph to the battles. Please finish the story with a cliffhanger that we do not know Joruss C'Baoth's fate. Add some action dialogue.
There we go. Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect. This should make the story a little more interesting.
Right.
Okay, so now it's spitting out.
Yeah, so it goes pretty fast. It's pretty impressive. It's kind of fun. I enjoy playing around with this. It's
It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat.
The other thing this thing will do, I don't know if we've done it for the show. I've taught several groups on how to use this for YouTube titles, thumbnails.
Nice.
How to do marketing with it, or how to do marketing copy with it, and some other things. It's been a lot of fun. How to get ideas. Like we could do this, like, give us ideas for the show. This is our show. Give us ideas. Things,
I was asked yesterday if we've used it for the show, and I said, well, yeah, slightly. We've used it for a few things, and we've used it actually on the air to create stories for the last couple episodes. So
yeah, but we haven't used it to kind of outline our
not yet
schedule and stuff, which would be kind of fun too. All right. Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano were on a mission to discover the secrets of Mount Tantus. Oh, that's a better opening.
Yeah, I like that.
A mysterious location that was said to hold ancient knowledge. As they journeyed through the mountains, they came across Joruss C'Baoth, a powerful Sith Lord who had been thought to be long dead. Excuse me. Joruss C'Baoth revealed to them that he had been hiding at Mount Tantus for many years, studying the ancient knowledge and growing stronger in the dark side of the Force. He offered to teach Luke and Ahsoka the ways of the Sith, promising to make them powerful beyond their wildest dreams.
Now that is kind of borrowing from the Heir to the Empire story, actually.
Okay.
But that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Luke and Ahsoka were tempted by the offer, but ultimately decided to stand against Joruss C'Baoth and his evil ways. A fierce battle ensued, with Joruss using all his dark powers, to try and defeat the Jedi. As the battle raged on, Joruss revealed that he had an army of clone troopers under his control, and they launched an attack on Luke and Ahsoka. The Jedi fought bravely, but were vastly outnumbered. Just when all seemed lost, a group of rebel soldiers arrived to aid the Jedi in the fight. With the reinforcements, Luke and Ahsoka were able to push back Joruss's army and engage in a one-on-one duel with Joruss himself. Technically, wouldn't that be 2-on-1?
Yeah.
Oh, don't make me laugh. I still got a little bit of a cough.
Yeah, the battle was intense, and both sides utilizing powerful Force abilities and lightsaber combat. As the battle reached its climax, Luke and Ahsoka were able to strike Joruss down, but as they thought they had won, Joruss used the last of his strength to unleash a massive Force blast that knocked both Luke and Ahsoka unconscious. When they awoke, Joruss was nowhere to be found. They searched the area but found no trace of the Sith Lord. It remains a mystery where Joruss truly died or if he somehow managed to escape.
Nice.
We did it, Luke, Ahsoka shouted. We saved the galaxy from Joruss C'Baoth's tyranny, but we must remain vigilant. He may still be out there. Agreed, Ahsoka, Luke replied. We must continue our journey to discover the truth about Mount Tantus and what other secrets it may hold. The battle is not over yet. As they left Mount Tantus, Luke and Ahsoka knew that they had faced their greatest challenge yet and emerged victorious, but the fate of Joruss C'Baoth remains a mystery, and the adventure continues.
Nice. Now,
they didn't give us the little thing at the end. Now, please remember this is
Yeah, it's canon.
Now the it must mean it's canon. This one actually got sent straight to Filoni and Favreau.
Right.
Now the only thing is when Ahsoka shouts, where does it say? "We saved the galaxy." To me, that sounds like young Ahsoka, like young
Right.
Ahsoka with
We did
Anakin.
it, Luke.
The Snips and Sky Guy Ahsoka, which that still makes me cringe.
Right.
It doesn't quite sound like the Ahsoka from the Mandalorian, but I mean, it's
Right.
still good. I'm not complaining or anything. I just find it funny that it to me it feels like they pulled from that younger Ahsoka, not from the older Ahsoka.
Or it could be, we did it, Luke. We saved the galaxy. So rather than being, hey, we did it, Luke, we saved the galaxy, it could be, oh, we did it, Luke.
I guess. Okay. All right. Yeah. It depends on the inflection in your performance and so on and so forth. Yeah. I just got to feel.
What are you saying about my performance? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I got a feel of Anakin and yippee. That's what I had a feel.
Right? Yeah. Agreed.
Which reminded me more of the younger Snip Sky Guy Ahsoka, the very young Ahsoka.
Yep. Yeah.
Where she's like, 13 or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Something like that. Yes.
Because she's obviously not 13 when she meets Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's really cool.
That is fun. That is fun. I encourage, if everyone's liking this kind of thing, it's a free account right now. It's, it's under review or the free research preview kind of a thing. Eventually it will cost money, but it's minimal really how much it costs and stuff. So under the Playground, some people say the Playground is better, that the AI is better under Playground because it is a similar AI. It's the same company under openai.com. So
what you're saying is eventually, like everything else, is going to go subscription based.
It is. It's going to be a pay as you go kind of a thing. Is what it's going to be.
It seems like the whole world has gone to that.
Everybody's got to make money somehow.
But the problem is it's costing us so much money. But anyway, that's a different complaint. We're not here to talk finances.
Right. Thank goodness.
No, I think these last 3 episodes we've done, all 3 of these what ifs, I think are good examples of ways that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau could bring in these legendary characters into the current Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
Mara Jade is very beloved throughout the Star Wars community. I've said it before. She's actually one of my all-time favorite characters. I absolutely love Mara Jade, and I would absolutely love to see her introduced into the new canon. Starkiller is just phenomenal, and you can't go wrong bringing Starkiller in.
Right.
And then I picked Joruss C'Baoth because I think he's an interesting Jedi that dark Jedi that doesn't get talked about a lot, and I think he could be utilized really well within the new canon. So these are perfect examples of how they could bring those in, bring fans of the legends, draw them more into the current Star Wars universe, because there's a lot of Legends fans who do not like the current Star Wars universe at all. I mean, there's a side of me that still thinks of Heir to the Empire as the true sequel trilogy to
right
Return of the Jedi. And anyway, so John, Dave, I beg you guys,
bring them in. Bring
these characters in.
Yeah,
you can do it. I mean, they brought Thrawn in. You brought Thrawn in. You brought Mount Cantus in. You've got ways to do it. It's there. All the elements are there.
It'd be great. It would be great. That's it. All right. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Hey, I want to do a quick shout out here for just a moment about Audible. If you have not tried out some audiobooks, I encourage you to do so. And I tell you what, the Star Wars audiobooks are the best. They are fabulous. And so if you go to website www.audibletrial.com/2geeks, audibletrial.com/2geeks, TWOGEKS. Check it out. You can get your first month. You can do a little free 30-day trial subscription. Doesn't cost you anything, where you can get your own audiobook for free to test it out. So please use our link. That kind of helps us as a show as well. But the great thing about Audible is you get there's thousands and thousands of different titles that you can check out and take a look at, take a listen to.
And they do have the 20th anniversary of Heir to the Empire, which is read by Mark Thompson, who we've had on the show before.
We had. He is a hoot. He is
Mark
a lot of fun. He was a lot of fun. So quite enjoyed our time with him. He was fabulous. So maybe I've got an Audible credit. Maybe I'll get that one. Nice. All right, everybody. Thanks. Please check out the Audible. We appreciate it. Please check out our website at www.2geeksmike.com. That is our hub for all things Two Geeks. You can check us out where you get the links to our merch page as well as to the Audible page. You can get there. Also, our StreamYard page, I think, yes. Where you can check out StreamYard for free too as well, and try it out. So anyway, love it. Also, if you want to connect with us on the show, you got a question or a comment or anything, go to show@2geeksmike.com, show@2geeksmike.com. And as well, check out our Ko-fi page. Ko-fi is kind of like Patreon, but we like it much more betterer.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Almost out.
But check us out there. We do have a little tier system, $1, $2, $3. We do have special shows that we do specifically for Ko-fi and all kinds of fun stuff as well. So you'll also find some of our ChatGPT stuff on there. The audio, the first week I did as a ebook and an audiobook.
Yeah.
And so I may try to do that with these others as well. So it'll be a lot of fun. So, all right, Mike, anything else?
Just make sure and check us out on Facebook and like us on Facebook. We are very active over there on Facebook. And also, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe on YouTube. The more likes we get on our YouTube videos and the more subscribes we get, the better the algorithm works and helps us out in the end.
Get us noticed. Yes,
please get us noticed. That's all I've got. So,
okay.
Anything else, Stephen?
No, that's good. Thank you.
All right.
Great.
With that said, over and out, and may the force be with you always. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
may the force be with you.